Malcolm-Jamal Warner's unexpected passing at the age of 54 has sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and beyond. Known to millions as Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show, Warner's life was tragically cut short by a drowning accident while vacationing with his family in Costa Rica. This sudden loss has not only devastated his fans, but has also ignited deeper conversations about the pressures faced by Black artists, the narratives that surround Black culture, and the complex legacy of truth, survival, and resilience that Warner embodied. The tragic incident in Costa Rica. According to reports from local authorities in Costa Rica, Malcolm-Jamal Warner drowned while swimming off the coast of Coley's Beach, a popular vacation spot known for its stunning landscapes but also for treacherous currents. Warner was there enjoying a family vacation, a time meant for rest and rejuvenation, when tragedy struck. Witnesses say he was pulled by strong currents, and despite efforts from beachgoers to rescue him, Warner was found unresponsive by the Red Cross first responders. He was pronounced dead shortly after being transported to a local morgue. The initial explanation points to a tragic accident, yet many are unsettled by the timing and the circumstances surrounding Warner's death. It is not just the event itself, but also the message Warner left behind in his final days that has fans and commentators reflecting deeply on what this loss means, and whether there are more questions to be asked than answered. Malcolm-Jamal Warner's final message, a farewell and a warning. Just days before his death, Warner released the final episode of his podcast, Not All Hood. In what fans now call a farewell message disguised as a candid conversation, Warner's words carried urgency, raw emotion, and a call to awareness. He reflected on the complexities of Black identity, challenging the simplistic narratives often portrayed in media. The podcast featured a revealing exchange with spoken word artist Tamina Georgia Me Harper, who contested the podcast title by stating, "Ain't nothing wrong with the hood." This brief but powerful interjection sparked an intense reflection from Warner, who acknowledged that while the media often fixates on a narrow and negative portrayal of Black culture centered around the hood, there is a richness, strength, and depth that this perspective misses. Warner was not rejecting the hood or its significance. Rather, he was critiquing how mainstream society and media have historically commodified and misunderstood Black neighborhoods and experiences. He argued that the hood side of Black culture is the wellspring from which much of American culture has flowed. This wasn't just cultural commentary. It was a declaration about appropriation, invisibility, and the erasure of Black contributions to society. His podcast was a space to expose these truths and to reclaim narratives that Hollywood has long sanitized or ignored. Evolving views on Black excellence and survival. Warner also spoke about how his perspective on terms like Black excellence had matured. Initially skeptical, he had seen the phrase often equated with fame, wealth, and superficial success. However, a conversation about the erasure of Black soldiers from Arlington National Cemetery's historical records reshaped his understanding. For Warner, Black excellence was not about celebrity or material wealth. It was about survival itself. The ability of Black people to endure centuries of systemic oppression and violence was, in itself, an act of excellence. This nuanced understanding became the backbone of his podcast's message. Black identity is multifaceted and cannot be reduced to simplistic tropes. The Black community is not a monolith, but a diverse tapestry of experiences, challenges, and triumphs. Through his podcast, Warner sought to create a platform that embraced these complexities, honoring survival and resilience above all else. From Theo Huxtable to a mature artist, the journey of Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Malcolm-Jamal Warner's career began with the warm, familiar character of Theodore Huxtable on The Cosby Show, a role that made him a household name. As the only son in the beloved Huxtable family, Theo was a relatable teen grappling with dyslexia and everyday challenges. Warner's portrayal was imbued with kindness, steadiness, and charm, which left an indelible mark on millions of viewers. Yet behind this public image was a man who longed to be seen as more than just Theo Huxtable. Warner faced the challenge that many child stars confront: the risk of being forever defined by an early role. His determination to forge a path beyond childhood fame led him to explore new artistic endeavors, including directing, music, and spoken word poetry. Navigating the fallout of the Bill Cosby scandal. One of the most difficult chapters in Warner's life was the Bill Cosby scandal. Cosby, who had been a mentor and father figure to Warner, was accused by more than 50 women of sexual assault. This scandal not only shattered the legacy of The Cosby Show, but also placed Warner in an emotionally fraught position. Warner's response was complex and nuanced. He expressed sadness both for the victims and for the friend and mentor he once admired. He refused to issue a simple defense or condemnation, instead acknowledging the pain on all sides. His words, "I can't defend him, but I won't throw him under the bus either," highlighted the emotional tightrope he walked during the scandal's fallout. Warner also criticized the media's sensational coverage, calling it a circus and urging a more thoughtful dialogue. He mourned the erasure of The Cosby Show from syndication, lamenting how the cultural milestone that had positively represented Black families was being lost to controversy. Personal loss and private heartbreak. Warner's life was also shaped by profound personal loss. In his early adulthood, he experienced the death of Michelle Thomas, his former girlfriend and Cosby Show co-star. Thomas's battle with a rare stomach cancer and her untimely death at 30 left a deep impact on Warner. He was by her side during her final days, a testament to their close bond. This private grief deepened Warner's perspective on mortality, love, and resilience, themes he explored in his later work. In contrast, his high-profile romance with actress Regina King from 2011 to 2013 played out under the harsh scrutiny of public attention, ending in a painful, widely publicized breakup. This experience taught Warner the value of privacy and the dangers of allowing personal relationships to become public spectacle. A life of discipline and purpose. Unlike many child stars who often face scandal or personal struggles, Warner has maintained a disciplined and steady career throughout his life. A key factor in this stability was the strong guidance of his mother, Pamela, who played a vital role in managing his early career and instilling solid values. From a young age, Warner was committed to promoting positive messages, demonstrating a maturity beyond his years. This commitment was evident when, in 1988, he authored a book titled Theo and Me, Growing Up Okay, aimed at encouraging young fans to make responsible choices and steer clear of drugs. As Warner grew older, his artistic expression evolved and deepened, reflecting a growing awareness of important social issues. He channeled his creativity into spoken word poetry and filmmaking, using these mediums to address topics such as racism, mass incarceration, and deportation. These themes were not random but deeply connected to his personal experiences and the values he absorbed during his upbringing. Warner's early education included lessons about influential Black leaders and significant moments in Black history, which helped shape his worldview and political consciousness. This foundation gave him a strong sense of identity and responsibility, which he carried into his artistic work. His projects not only explore social injustices, but also serve as a platform to raise awareness and inspire change. Throughout his career, Warner has remained focused on using his art to make a positive impact, both personally and politically. His journey from a disciplined child star to a socially conscious artist highlights a life guided by purpose, resilience, and a dedication to uplifting his community through creative expression. Challenging Hollywood's narrative and embracing complexity. Warner's career was marked by a deliberate resistance to Hollywood's often simplistic and sanitized portrayals of Black life. Throughout his work and public commentary, he consistently pushed back against the industry's tendency to present one-dimensional characters and narratives. Warner sought to reveal the full complexity of the Black experience, addressing the internal struggles, contradictions, and diverse realities within the community that mainstream media frequently ignored or glossed over. His candidness extended beyond his roles on screen to his outspoken views on race and identity. One of his most notable commentaries was on Meghan Markle's proximity to whiteness, a statement that underscored the intricate and sometimes uncomfortable truths about colorism and racial dynamics within Hollywood. Warner did not shy away from highlighting how these issues affect not only personal identities but also the opportunities and reception that Black actors receive in the entertainment world. In an industry often driven by marketability and image, Warner's commitment to authenticity and depth set him apart. He refused to conform to the expectations that many Black artists face, to fit neatly into predefined molds for the sake of commercial success. Instead, he chose roles and spoke out in ways that reflected a more honest and multifaceted portrayal of Black life. Warner's sudden and tragic death has sparked important conversations about the immense pressures Black artists endure, especially those who challenge the status quo. His passing is seen by many as part of a troubling pattern where outspoken Black creatives face significant personal and professional risks. Warner's legacy serves as a powerful reminder of the need for greater support and understanding of the complexities Black artists navigate while striving to bring truth and nuance to the screen. Legacy and reflection. Malcolm-Jamal Warner's passing leaves behind a legacy far deeper than his iconic roles on screen. Beyond being a talented actor, he was a thoughtful, resilient, and courageous voice dedicated to uplifting conversations about Black identity, culture, and survival. Throughout his career and personal endeavors, Warner sought to shed light on the nuances and complexities of Black experiences, challenging simplistic narratives and encouraging a fuller understanding of history and culture. His final podcast episode is a powerful reflection of his vision, addressing themes of cultural erasure and the urgent need to reclaim Black excellence. In these conversations, Warner not only mourned what has been lost, but also emphasized the strength and beauty inherent in Black communities, urging listeners to embrace their heritage and continue the work of restoration and empowerment. In the wake of his death, fans, colleagues, and observers are invited to move beyond mere remembrance of his artistic contributions. They are called to engage deeply with the messages he championed, messages about authenticity, resilience, and hope. Warner's life was a testament to the cost of speaking truth to power and the importance of holding space for the full spectrum of Black experiences, from pain to triumph. His legacy challenges us all to see beyond headlines and stereotypes. It compels us to honor not only his memory but the principles he stood for. Malcolm-Jamal Warner's impact is a reminder that true homage lies in carrying forward his mission, fostering honest dialogue, confronting uncomfortable truths, and celebrating the richness of Black identity with courage and grace. Through this, his voice will continue to inspire and guide future generations.